Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a deep dive video about Elçin Sangu and Barış Arduç. All the details are here. If you enjoy the video, I'd be really happy if you press the like button and subscribe. You can support me further by clicking the join button down below. Thank you, and let's get into it. From the first day they appeared together in Turkish, one thing has been impossible to ignore: the charge in the air when Elçin and Barış share a frame. Directors talk about timing, lighting, lenses, but sometimes the secret ingredient is simply two actors who make each other sharper. Over the years, that professional spark has lived on through interviews, commercials, brand events, and the occasional shared stage. Fans know the rhythm by now: a glance, a half smile, the sense that they understand each other's timing without a single cue. But even for a duo used to making headlines, what happened at a recent industry gathering was different. It wasn't a red carpet spectacle or a staged reunion. It was a quiet moment, barely a minute, during a private cocktail reception after an awards ceremony. The room was full of producers and publicists, phones were out, but not many people were filming. One short clip, however, would change the conversation for days. In the video, Elçin steps into frame wearing a minimalist black dress with a clean neckline, her hair pulled back to reveal that unmistakable profile. The camera doesn't catch the entire approach, it lands right as she and Barış begin talking. There's no audio at first, just the hum of the room. He's mid-sentence, calm and composed in a tailored jacket, doing what he's done 1,000 times, holding court, smiling politely, listening carefully. Then she laughs. It's brief, unforced, the kind of laugh that makes other people smile even if they didn't hear the joke. In that exact second, something shifts. Barış stops speaking and simply looks at her, as if the room narrowed to a spotlight. He blinks, searches for the next sentence, and, this is the moment fans have replayed, his posture tilts, as if for a heartbeat he forgot the polished rhythm of public appearances. He recovers almost instantly, but the micro-gesture is there. He straightens the cuff of his jacket, tilts his head, and starts again. It lasts 3, maybe 4 seconds. Yet for the online detectives who know every beat of their public history, those seconds were enough to set the internet ablaze. What actually happened between them? People in the room describe a warm exchange, a quick update about ongoing projects, a light joke about a mutual acquaintance, and a compliment about a recent performance. Nothing scandalous. And yet, the way it happened, his split-second pause, her effortless poise, felt like the purest version of their on-screen chemistry, unscripted and undeniable. To understand why that tiny lapse landed so loudly, we need the context. Both have navigated the industry long enough to know how rumors are born. Both keep private lives private. Both are practiced at drawing a line between character and person. When you're that controlled by habit, any flicker of unguarded reaction reads like a headline. That's why the clip exploded. It offered the illusion of seeing past the glass, of catching something real, even if all we saw was a momentary breath. Within hours, edits surfaced splicing the new footage with classic scenes from Turkish, the playful banter, the charged silences, the eye contact that told more story than a page of dialogue. Comment sections filled up with essays about body language. Look how he leans in, see how her shoulders relax, notice the way his eyes track her hand when she gestures. One thread compared the micropause to a famous outtake from years ago. Another catalogued moments where a similar shift happened during press tours. Fans who have studied every interaction aren't just watching, they're archiving, cross-referencing, building a map of tiny tells. Meanwhile, the PR machine stayed quiet. No denials, no confirmations, no winks. A mutual friend posted a neutral story about the event, crowd shots, dessert plates, the stage, and avoided placing either star in the frame. A stylist who had worked with Elçin that night shared a close-up of the dress's stitching and a caption about craftsmanship, nothing more. In other words, the professionals around them were doing what they always do, letting the actor's work speak, letting the moment pass. But here's where the story gets more interesting. Beyond the clip, people who have collaborated with Elçin and Barış talk about a connection powered less by rumor and more by craft. On sets, they're described as active listeners, performers who give each other exactly what the scene needs. They don't rush beats, they hold silence until it becomes meaningful. They trust instinct but break down scenes with ruthless precision. That alchemy, trust plus technique, creates the impression of intimacy even when the cameras stop. It's why their interactions in public feel charged, both are trained to be present with the person in front of them. For most of us, presence is rare, for them, it's a profession. There's also the timeline to consider. Their earliest collaboration turned into a cultural phenomenon, and with that came a decade of wishful narratives. Every parallel post, every overlapping playlist song, every brand campaign became fodder for theories. They've learned to navigate that ocean of curiosity by anchoring themselves in clarity. This is the work, that is our life. And so when one small, human moment slips through, a look, a pause, the hint that even a consummate professional can be momentarily stunned by a familiar face, it disrupts the controlled picture. It reminds everyone that behind the trained composure are two people who once built something unforgettable together. Was Barış actually bewildered? The word suggests he lost his balance. What the clip shows is subtler and, in a way, far more compelling, a precise, fleeting acknowledgement of her presence. It's the kind of reaction art often aims to capture, an involuntary truth too fast for words. He wasn't tongue-tied for a minute, he was caught, for a second, by the force of someone he knows very well. If anything, that takes us back to why their partnership resonates. Neither one has ever needed to do too much. The power sits in the restraint. The ripple effect also says a lot about us, the audience. We're conditioned to read performances. We search for plot and subtext, romance in body language, answers in silence. When we see two actors who once portrayed an iconic love story meet in the wild, we're desperate to assign meaning. Maybe that's unfair, maybe that's inevitable. Either way, their ability to magnetize attention without saying a word is a testament to a shared history that still lives rent-free in the public imagination. As for Elçin, she carried the evening the way she usually does, with elegance that doesn't ask for approval. The clip doesn't catch everything she said, but her expression tells you what you need to know, confident, amused, impossibly composed. That combination is disarming, even for colleagues who know her well. It's not about surface beauty alone, it's about presence, the assurance of someone who has taken every hit, refined every note, and learned exactly how to stand at the center of a crowded room without pushing anyone to the edges. Where does this leave the story? Not with a grand confession or a dramatic confrontation. It leaves us with a portrait, two artists in a room full of noise, finding a sliver of quiet recognition. It also leaves the door open, to future projects, to brief reunions, to the idea that the best pairings in this industry never fully fade. Anyone who has produced television knows that chemistry like theirs is a rare currency. When producers see millions of views appear because of one unscripted glance, they take notes. It's not hard to imagine offers arriving that try to bottle that lightning again. For now, though, the night sits where it belongs, in a handful of clips, 1,000 theories, and an echo of something that once made an entire audience lean forward. Maybe that's the most satisfying outcome. Not everything needs to turn into a press release. Sometimes a story is strongest when it ends with an ellipsis instead of a period. If you liked this breakdown, where we unpack the micro moments, sift the rumor from the read between the lines, and respect the people at the center, please hit like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments, what did you notice in the clip that others missed? Was it the cuff adjustment, the head tilt, the timing of the laugh? Do you want to see Elçin and Barış share the screen again, and if so, in what kind of story? Thank you so much for watching my video. See you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.